read anything on the screen.
All right. Hello, everyone. I am Dr. Christine Zapata with Emerald City Spinal Care, and I am here with you for another weekly edition of our virtual happy hours, where I am bringing local experts from different fields into the group so that you can learn something new and meet some wonderful professionals in the community. I am really, really excited to be here today with Dr. Will and Millie from II in Seattle. They're in the Capitol Hill neighborhood. Welcome, Dr. Will and Millie. Now for our viewers, can you, Dr. Will, share with everybody a little bit about yourself and your clinic?
All right, I'm an optometrist, so I'm an eye doctor, and a lot of people aren't sure what an optometrist is or what's the difference between the different eye doctors, and my best analogy is it's like I'm the primary care eye doctor. So not the surgeon, but just, you know, routine exams and minor things that might be wrong with your eye, and always looking at your long-term eye health, along with how to get you the best vision with glasses and contacts and stuff like that. And II, it's both a clinic for your eyes and also an optical shop. We sell glasses. We have a great selection, and Millie's, that's her area, is as an optician, helping people find the right glasses.
Awesome. Awesome. I was just going to ask Millie, I know that you are one of the licensed dispensing opticians at II. I was going to ask what it is that you do there. If you could share that with our viewers, that would be wonderful.
Definitely. So as a licensed optician, I went to school here on the Hill at Seattle Central Community College for 2 years to get my education so that I could get licensed by the state. And basically what I do is I kind of like a pharmacist. Well, you know, the doctor will send you the pharmacist for some medication. In this case, the doctor writes the prescriptions and brings them out to me so that I can help the patient choose not only the right kind of lens for their needs, but also the best looking frame to go along with that. So, and we do adjustments as well. We're trained to adjust the glasses to fit and make sure that, you know, they're choosing something that fits well, and again, lenses that'll meet their specific needs. So, yeah.
Wonderful. And how long have you, Dr. Will, been in Seattle or in the Capitol Hill neighborhood?
I moved here about 10 years ago from Memphis, Tennessee, and opened II about 5 years ago on Capitol Hill.
Great. Now, I should share, for those of you who are watching this with us live, if you have any questions for Dr. Will or Millie, make sure to drop your questions in the comments below, and I will make sure that they answer the questions that you've got. Now, I know that a lot of the people that are in our group have a desk job, and they're sitting in front of the computer a lot. And one of the questions that I got from people who knew that we were going to be talking today was, how do I take care of computer eye strain and dry eyes? Because they're staring at a computer all day. Do you have tips that you can share with our viewers on how to alleviate that?
Yeah, I could go all day talking about it. First, got to say everybody's different. Everyone's eyes are different. So really got to look at them through the microscope to get the perfect answer. But I do have like general advice I give just about everybody as well. And, you know, we our eyes developed, evolutionary wise before we had screens and even words to look at. So while knowledge and entertainment is up, just the number of blinks we do is down. And they did a study where they just watched people use the computer, and they blink less than half the average blink rate of just being alive. So taking a break, blinking, our eyelids, it turns out, play a really important role in preventing our eyes from drying out. And they have oil glands that make oil that mix with our tears and give them the right physiology. And the more research they do, the more it turns out that those glands are the number one reason that people end up with dry eyes. So looking at those glands through the microscope, and artificial tears, like there's lots of drops when you go to the pharmacy. People don't know which one to pick, and avoiding the wrong chemicals. I can talk about that, but also they have newer blends that have more oils in them that are usually more beneficial than how they've been making them.
Mm-hmm. And are there signs that people should be looking out for other than dry eyes if they're in front of a computer quite a bit?
Yes, it can happen without symptoms. So just because you're not having these symptoms doesn't mean you don't have dry eyes. And also dry eyes, we're not even sure if it's the right term to use because it's not just about whether they're dry or not. But most commonly, like eyes being irritated from dryness, symptoms, not just the feeling of dryness, burning, gritty, whatever, redness, blurry vision. You can actually get blurry vision from dry eye. The first thing light hits when it gets to your eye is your layer of tears. So if that's not smooth and even, then the light's already going to begin to blur. And I had another one in my head. I already forgot it.
It'll come to you.
Yeah.
Probably when we're talking about something else. That's okay. We can revisit this.
Your eyes can water from dryness. So sometimes people will come as their main complaint, my eyes are watering, and I tell them they have dry eye, and they look at me like I'm crazy.
Yeah, they're like, I don't have dry eyes. Right. I'm tearing up.
Eyes are watering. It could mean that you have chronic dry eye, and that's your eye's response to the problem, is trying to overload it with the wrong kind of tears.
Okay. One question that I just thought of was, I know a lot of people will wear blue blockers. What do you think about those? Are they good? Do people need them? Are they kind of just wear them? They don't really do anything.
Millie and I both have our opinions on those, and they can be useful for different purposes. So people always ask me about the lenses or the glasses, and I ask them about what problems they're having with their eyes or vision, and sometimes I'll recommend something like that. Sometimes it doesn't really accomplish what they're having a problem with. And I don't think we totally know the answer to how much they may protect your eyes from the harmful blue light. Most of the benefits are easing your comfort. And we may learn more that we should all be wearing them all the time to prevent macular degeneration, but it just takes a lot of studies to know that. There's a lot of different versions of those lenses too, and what do you think about the blue glasses, the blue blocking glasses?
Blue blocking lenses, yes. So I think, first of all, I think sometimes if people are asking for them because they're afraid that blue light is damaging their vision. I try to ease that and say that, we really don't know if that's happening. We do know that blue light can interrupt the circadian rhythm. I mean, we all know that that's a fact, but in terms of doing any kind of damage and how effective it is to wear blue lenses, I let them know, first of all, don't worry, but if you really are concerned and you want to prevent that, there's a couple different products out there. And I am in favor of one in particular that is a filter that's inside the lens that blocks the most amount of blue light. And it isn't very visible on the lens. The one that I prefer, you can barely tell it's there, and it's blocking the most. So that's the one that if somebody's concerned, I like to recommend. A lot of people you'll see them with the yellow tinted lenses and the kind of purpley glow on their lenses. Those are tints and coatings that maybe the coating that's kind of purpley doesn't block as much, and it also doesn't look that great. So I don't really tend to go to that one as much. And then the tints are really there just as, like Dr. Will was saying, just to kind of ease a little bit. And a lot of things people don't know too is that transition lenses that go from light to dark, those actually inherently block some blue light as well. So there's a lot of different ways to accomplish that look better and are a little more effective. But overall, I think having anti-glare protection, anti-reflective coating is really what's going to have the most impact on looking at screens, because it does reduce the glare, which can help fight fatigue. So.
And, when we talk about blue light, that can mean a lot of things, like which part of the spectrum and how much. So usually when people say blue light, they are asking about their computer, usually. And the real danger of blue light comes from the sun. So when you're outside wearing sunglasses, definitely we know that makes a huge difference protecting your eyes from blue light. But using the computer, it's not as much energy striking your eye tissue as the sun, so not as dangerous.
Yeah, and also there's filters you can put on your screens that block blue light. So
yep, if you can adjust the blue output of your screen, you're accomplishing basically the same goal. Overhead lighting, sometimes people's office has kind of harsh blue lighting, and there are a lot of people that they feel so much better by wearing just blocking that out, and they're not allowed to change the lighting where they are. So this has to be the solution.
Got it. Awesome. I'm glad I asked that question. Oh, yeah, I've been thinking about that because it's something that people talk about often. You hear like, oh yeah, I need these blue blockers because I stare at a screen all day. And now we know there are some options. People don't necessarily have to wear the yellow and purple ones. Now, again, for those of you who are watching this live, if you have any questions for Dr. Will and Millie from II, make sure you drop them in the comments below. I don't see any comments right now, so I'll just keep going. Now, we're in the middle of the coronavirus pandemic. For those of you who are watching this on the replay well into the future, you may not know that we're currently sheltered in place. And I wanted to know from you two, what are things that you are doing now? What changes have you made because people can't actually go into the clinic to see you? Are there things that you can do with people if they are interested in getting checked out, or like if they've got problems with their eyes and they need to see someone like you, Dr. Will? What are things that you guys are doing to help with this?
Yep, it's a new challenging time, so we had to rethink how we did things, and we did two new things. One is just utilize telehealth technology. We integrated with an app that you can video chat or send us a picture of your swollen eyelid and say, what is this? Or should I be worried about this? Or if you're seeing some weird spots in your vision or eye pain, redness, whatever, it's just a way to let us tell you if we think you should do something about it, or and then sometimes we refer people to other clinics, or I can prescribe medicine without having to see the person in the office. And we'll probably continue doing that moving forward, even in normal times, just because we found where it can help just us help patients in regular day-to-day, so they save a trip from to the clinic. The other, Millie will talk about just helping people who want glasses without having to come in and try on the glasses.
Yeah, that's I think an awesome service that you guys do. People can pick out glasses remotely. So Millie, can you share with our viewers what that looks like?
Yeah, I mean, it was literally just a quick conversation Will and I had, like the day we decided we had to shut down. Was like, we were just talking, and I said, I think we can probably still sell glasses on the computer. And it was just a kind of spontaneous dialogue. And then he just sort of said, okay, well, test out your theory and try it out on some friends. And so I did. You know, I practiced on some friends with working with them on Zoom and figuring out how could I, without having their face here, pick a frame that's going to fit. And then the next thing I did was I started having people send me pictures of their face. And then we figured out how to get an accurate picture of someone's face by holding up a credit card on their forehead, which can allow us to print the right size because we know how much a credit card measures. And this just kept evolving, like naturally kept evolving to the point where we are now, which is that we've sold hundreds of pairs of glasses this way. And we have a whole method for doing that. Step by step, someone reaches out, they want to get glasses. I have someone who sends them the information to fill out. So we do a little questionnaire that tells me what they like, what they don't like, what colors, what materials, those types of things. So right off the bat, I know what they like and don't like. I have their picture, life size. And from that, I literally, like they're in the shop, I take their picture around the store, I pick out glasses that I think that will fit and that they'll like. And then we do our appointment on Zoom, just like this. And we sit here, we chat a little bit about lenses and their concerns, and we talk about lenses, and then I show them the frames. I literally just kind of hold them up like this and show them the frames I picked. And they tell me what they like and don't like. And then the final step is, this is the best part, I love the most. We cut and paste, old school, the glasses onto their picture. So it looks like they're wearing, holes here where their glasses would go. And we literally put the glasses on the face. This is after the call. We have an assistant, Katie. She's wonderful. She's normally our office manager, but she's helping me with the cut and paste because we've been so busy. And, we put it right where I think it would lay on their face. And that's just based on my experience. And then we take pictures of those pictures with the glasses on their face, and we email them to them. And they literally get to sit in the front with their pictures and glasses and put it right where I think pick out their favorites. And it's been fantastic. I was so worried when we first started doing this, because I'm even doing progressive. So I'm even measuring the very specific measurement you need to have when you wear progressive. We're able to measure the pupillary distance, all of it. And I was so nervous. The first few that went out, I was like, are they going to come back? None have, not over 100 pairs, and not one person has returned them. And we offer a guarantee. Obviously, if this isn't going to work, we know this is sort of experimental and new. Please send them back. We'll start all over. But it hasn't happened yet. So knock on wood. And everybody's feedback has been tremendous. They love it. They love doing it. They don't feel pressure. They feel safe because they don't want to go out right now.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's been super, super fun. And, we're also offering free shipping to avoid people having to come into the store. We can arrange safe pickup if someone is in a hurry, but so that's what we're doing.
That's fantastic. To be able to pick out glasses remotely. Are there any, I can't imagine, because I haven't heard about this, are there any other offices that do this? I feel like you guys are the trailblazers on this one.
I mean, you have places that will send frames out to people to try on because they're worried that that's the only way they'll know they'll fit. This was something that Will and I discussed, but it didn't seem like a wise idea right now to be sending glasses out for a bunch of people to try on their face and then send it back. And also I felt confident enough, and Will was good enough to trust me that I could actually figure this out without them trying along. And it's been working. So, and it's safe.
Fantastic. So any of you viewers need glasses and you've been holding out until this pandemic is done and it's safe to do so, don't have to wait. You can reach out to these wonderful people from II and we will get you taken care of. Hold that credit card to your face and take a picture. That's awesome. Now, let's see. I don't see any comments or questions. Kay is joining us. Hello, Kay. Glad you're watching this. Let's see other questions that I have. Are anything else that we haven't talked about? I know that I've got one question that's kind of more like geared toward long-term eye and vision care. Is there any, I'll just ask my question. What are things that people can do if they want to take care of their eyes and their vision and do whatever they can on their end to be proactive and just really take care of their eyes long term?
Yeah, taking care of your eyes, it's important. You only get 2 of them. They're not like teeth. And I mean, luckily we get 2. It's better than having just 1, something goes wrong. But as a kid, having your eyes checked, even if you're not having any problems, is important. There's certain eye conditions that if they're caught before they're 5 or 6 years old, then a lot can be done, and much less can be done if it's not found till they're 12 or 14 or whatever. Mm-hmm. But it's tough to know that as a kid. So if you have kids, they should all get their eyes checked regularly, even if you feel like they have good vision. And if you know people who have kids, tell them they need to get their kids' eyes checked. In general, being a healthy person, it's good for your eyes. People who develop diabetes, hypertension, their risk of macular degeneration, retinopathy, glaucoma, even dry eyes goes up. So if you're eating right and taking a jog around the block, then you can think you're being good for your eyes. Protecting them from just stuff that's going to irritate them, whether you know you have allergies or you may not know you have allergies. But if you're mowing the lawn or checking out the cherry blossoms, wearing sunglasses, it literally blocks allergens from getting in your eyes. When I vacuum my house, I put on sunglasses just because you're stirring up a lot of irritation. People who work outside wearing sunglasses, preventing the sun damage. We talked about blinking, taking a break from the computer, like every hour or so, just go look out the window for a minute. Good for your eyes.
Change it up just a little.
What else? What am I leaving out?
Well, on the health side, I'll leave that too, but on the glasses side, I think it's also to point out to people that there's not really always a one pair of glasses meets all the needs. Mm-hmm. For some people that are, younger and have a very simple prescription, that might be a different story. But as we get into our 40s, a lot of people have trouble reading because of presbyopia. And so progressive lenses are a fantastic solution because they allow you to see afar, they allow you to see the computer, and they allow you to read. But they aren't a one size fits all. In other words, if you're using them for general purpose, they're great. Running errands, checking your phone, going out to dinner, looking at a menu, watching a movie. But for somebody that's on the computer all day, more specialized lenses could be much more helpful in addition to your regular pair. So keeping in mind that not to be frustrated if you've got a pair of progressive lenses and they don't work for all things. There's definitely solutions to that. And that might entail, and sometimes often entails, having more than one pair of glasses. But, like I have a pair that I wear in the office that are great for the computer and for reading, and I can still walk around. and I can do everything in them, but I can't drive. So then I have a pair for driving that also allows me to check directions or whatever I need to do. And we also do specialized types of lenses for certain sports. You know, and then the same with sunglasses. There's some that are designed specifically for being on the water or the snow. And then there are some that, you know, you don't necessarily, a lot of people think they need polarized lenses all the time. And they're fantastic for, again, if you're boating or skiing or, you know, water skiing, snow skiing, or if you're just at the beach all the time. But sometimes they don't let you see your phone. They can block the screens, like they can block parking meters, any kind of LED. And that frustrates people. So if you're not somebody that's on the water all the time, you don't really need to have polarized lenses, and you can have a great pair of tinted lenses that also allow you to read your phone or your iPad while you're on the beach or whatever. So lots of ask questions, because, you know, I do hear a lot of people being frustrated, but it's really, you know, there are solutions for most situations, and we do multiple pair discounts here. So that helps people if they do need more than one pair. Yeah. And right now we're doing a sunglass sale till we open. And so on the Zoom calls, we are doing discounted sunglasses. So yeah.
Gotta prepare for the warmer, sunnier months
yes.
That are ahead. I do have a couple questions. It looks like Kay has 2 questions. The first one is, what's the best nutrition for healthy eyes? Are there certain things that people can eat if they want to protect their eyes, which is possible?
Most of it falls under nutrition that's good for the rest of your body. Okay. So, you know, if it's good for your heart and your lungs or your skin or your nerves, your brain, your eye it connects to all of those systems. It has blood vessels, it has nerves, it has even almost like skin-like tissue, epithelial cells in the front and the back. There is a particular supplement called lutein that there's growing evidence of how much it could prevent macular degeneration. But, you know, whether we should all take it or not, or we don't know, and should definitely just see a doctor first before you know if it's the right supplement to take or not. But it's a pigment derivative. It comes, it's prevalent in like kale, spinach, collard greens, and it deposits in the macula, the central part of the retina and the back of your eye, and it sort of acts like sunscreen for that part of the eye, so protecting it from the sun like we talked about. There's some evidence of omega-3s for dry eye, but it's not that strong, so it's not something I recommend as strongly as you might hear about.
So all of you watching, make sure you eat your green leafy vegetables. They're good for more than other things, but definitely your eyes. And another question that Kay asks is, what's the best thing you can do for itchy eyes if you're suffering from allergies? She's used allergy drops, but they don't work.
Depends on what you're allergic to. So allergies, that's like it's a broad word. So knowing what you're allergic to, having allergy testing and identifying those allergens. Number one treatment for allergies, avoid the allergen. So you got to know what that is if you're going to avoid it. There's a lot of allergy drops. So some of them over the counter have multiple ingredients, and there are newer ones that have just become over the counter even this year. So first I would say, make sure it's allergies and that you figured out what it is you're allergic to before moving forward on anything. But the newest one that's come out is called Pataday, and it's a once a day. It's the best allergy drop. It doesn't have any of the extra redness reliever ingredients that are okay occasionally, but not to be using all the time. My other recommendation for allergies is a foaming eyelid eyelash cleanser. It's almost like shampooing your eyelashes or brushing your teeth for your eyes. And the brand that we carry here is called We Love Eyes. So if you just search We Love Eyes, their foaming cleanser, just using it once a day, washes off allergens that have collected on your eyelashes.
Awesome. Also sounds like, Kay, you may need to do a telehealth with these wonderful people. Find out, maybe you actually don't have allergies if allergy drops aren't working. Maybe it's something else.
Contact lenses, then that's just making it way more complicated of a question, and you may be wearing your contacts too much.
That was me in my teenage years. Oh, now, is there anything else that, let me double check. Anybody have any questions? Make sure to drop them in the comments. I personally don't have any other questions. Is there anything that maybe you guys want to share that we didn't get a chance to talk about?
I have something. Yes, actually, we didn't get a chance to talk about our amazing frame selection. We carry only independent frameware, so nothing that's made by giant conglomerate corporations. All of our brands are independent, local, not locally owned just here, but from small companies from all over the world, Europe, Asia, just from all over. And there's a couple factories in the US. We carry a brand from New York, and we have about 25 or so vendors. Really, we have everything from very classic and lightweight and simple to, very funky and bold, and everything in between, for more conservative folks and very funky folks, and everyone in between as well. And we also have probably one of the largest collections of vintage frames in town. So that's another thing, that if you're into vintage, this is a great place to find it. So yeah, I'm just talk about that a little bit. So.
Awesome. Anything else?
I think so. Do you have anything?
We covered a good chunk of stuff.
Yeah, just our remote frame style process. It's really simple. It's we kind of do all the shopping for you through our entire collection, and we come up with what we think is the best frames to show you. And then after the video chat, what we send you is basically like looking in the mirror, seeing yourself wearing the glasses just like you were shopping in the store. And we like it even more, or people like it even more than they normally do sometimes. So we'll probably continue doing it as well. So yeah, let Millie hook you up with some sweet glasses.
For sure. Let me do you. It'll be fun.
That's fantastic. I think that's a great service to provide people in the community, even well after this, because I imagine for a lot of people, I think you guys mentioned this is super convenient for people. They don't have to leave their house. They can do it from the comfort of their own home, and then they get to see what a bunch of different frames look like with a picture of themselves. So I think that's great. Now, for our viewers, if they wanted to learn more information about you all at II, where's a good place for people to go? Website, social media?
Is follow us on Instagram. That's probably the main thing that we use. Our account's IICare, EYECARE. We do Facebook fairly often, but not quite as much. And our website, just search II, you'll find it, ii.care. And we're revamping the website right now. We're going to put inventory on there to look at, but it's not on there yet. So right now you just gotta let us find the frames for you.
All right, ii.care and at iicare on Instagram.
And if you want to get started on the remote frame style, email us info@eye.care.
Info@eye.care. for remote. I'm just putting this in the comments below. Remote eyewear styling. Millie's gonna hook you up. Now, if there isn't anything else you guys want to share, I don't see any other questions in the comments below. I always like to end these virtual happy hours with a lightning round. I'm going to ask both of you 5 random questions. That way our viewers can learn a little bit more about the two of you on a more personal level. And this is always a lot of fun. So I will start with the first question. Aisle, middle, or window seat on an airplane? Which do you prefer?
Aisle, always.
Window.
Ooh, I'm with you, Millie. Aisle, all the way. And let's see, what's your favorite candy or treat?
I like ice cream, chocolate ice cream.
Popcorn.
Popcorn, nice. And have either of you ever met a celebrity?
Yes, have you?
You go first.
Oh, I've met a lot. Well, I used to live in LA, so it's not that uncommon there. But let's see, who have I met? Well, here I've met like Pearl Jam guy, Mike McCready. That was cool. And I have met, we had somebody here a little bit.
Well, you know, some of them are patients, so I don't think we're
that's right. We're not. Well, that wasn't our patient. In LA, I met Sally Field and Gene Hackman.
Oh yeah, Millie's from.
I'm from LA, so yeah. And I know that I'm skipping some because I've been removed from La La Land for a while. So, but yeah.
How about you, Dr. Will? Any celebrities?
One time we were in Miami on for New Year's Eve, and it was actually like a day or two after New Year. It was like January 2nd or something, and we were going down the elevator, and my friends, we were joking around. We get off the elevator, and Pat Riley, he's a famous basketball coach, was standing right there, and he says, "New Year's is over, guys." And that was it.
That's awesome. Millie, I see a comment here. Gina says, Millie is the best. Exclamation points.
Thank you, Gina.
Oh, Millie's got some fans. This is awesome. Next question. Have you ever eaten a whole pizza by yourself?
Yes, in Italy. Not here, because pizza to me is a little bit better, and I would have a whole pizza for lunch when I lived there. So yeah, it's with a knife and a fork. That's how they eat
it. Nice. Dr. Will, have you taken down a pizza by yourself?
I've eaten an extra large one by myself, but just over a few days.
Oh, that's awesome. And then the last question in our lightning round, how long would you last in a zombie apocalypse?
I'd be gone like in 2 seconds.
Yeah, my survival skills are not that.
Yeah.
I'm a society person. I'll evolve pretty quickly.
I'm not one of those. Like, so life's been good. See you later. Nice.
Awesome. Well, I want to thank both of you for spending some time with the members in our VIP community. I really, really appreciate all of the tips and all of the knowledge that you guys shared today. I hope that our viewers, again, if any of you have any a vision or you need glasses, you have any sort of needs for your eyes, I highly, highly, highly recommend you reach out to Dr. Will and Millie at Eye. They are fantastic. So again, thank you. This was a lot of fun, and stay safe, stay healthy.
Thanks so much for
Bye. Bye.
Bye.